Good day to one and all. This is Dr. Sivaraman of iknowindices.com. I'm audible? Fine. Thank you. Let me display the PowerPoint presentation. Good day, Sandra. Asian session live market analysis on August 1st. It's a new month between 5 and 5:30. We'll be reviewing the market using the live market code page. So I'll give the link for the same. I'll also focus the camera over that of the live market code page. Now currently you can see euro is trading around 1.4394, 1.4396, 1.4346 is the low, 1.4408 is the high, and the net change is 00. So they closed around 43.89.90 and then made a quick drop and a quick rise on either way. And similarly in the case of GBP, a quick drop and a quick rise, they have done it, and market is in the middle level to come across 19 pips positive net change. But in the case of yen, there was a 80 pips gain, and from that of 76.99 or 77 area went up to 78.03 and then come down to the middle level 77.55. Then in the case of CHF, and it made a drastic drop on Friday, and subsequently it is trading around 79.25, 79.28, 78.74 is the low, 79.52 is the high. About 69 pips positive net change is seen. So yen and CHF, they are gained, and also you come across GBP has gained about 18 pips from that of Friday close. So you come across all contrarian moves. Euro is showing about 6 pips negative net change at the moment. Then coming to that of the commodity pairs, USD CAD is trading around 95.90, 95.23, 95.08 is the low, 95.60 is the high, 32 pips negative net change is seen. Australian dollar is showing 40 pips positive net change. So it is trading around 1.1044, 1.1047 and 1.0987 is the low, 1.1058 is the high. They made a whipsaw move and on the downside as well as the upside during the start of the session. About 50 pips positive net change is seen. So wherever you come across the multi-year moves like the denominator currencies, USD CHF, USD yen and also Australian dollar, you come across big moves, and others are making subdued moves. So there it is a question of when people think that it is a low, we will buy it, they show further low and try to induce the traders to liquidate the long position. Similarly in the case of Australian dollar, they are holding around multi-year high and they are trying to do frequent stop-ins on the upside. So coming to that of the expected market moves, let me focus the camera on that of the PowerPoint presentation. So for today is the first week, but you come across as a holiday in Switzerland, holiday in Canada, and also we have to see how far the volume is when the market is indecisive and waiting for the solution to the debt crisis and things like that. So obviously the volume will come down. Suddenly there could be a sudden volume and moves, and it is part of the month beginning volatile move. So that we cannot prevent, and market will make either way moves like Friday, how they had dropped it and gained it. Very similar moves could be seen this week. Also be careful and try to trade cautiously. That's what I can advise. Small traders, probably they can keep away from the market if they are finding the volatility is a very stressful condition, and watch the moves, how the trend is set, and later on enter into the other market. So swing and slide are the expected moves during Japanese session. And a quick drop is expected. I don't know. If the volume is good, then there could be a drop. Then afterwards, a firming up towards close of the European session is expected. Then swing and slide moves are expected. Tomorrow, there could be more visible drop. And second, probably I'll give the forecast for this particular week. And so I've got some important assignment to be completed. So I'm not very sure whether I'll be able to give the webinars in the coming 3 days, that is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you should excuse me for that. I'll also officially announce it, informing FX Trade. Sudden development has happened. So I will give the expected market moves now for this particular week. And in the blog, I'll try to post it. You should not mistake me. Now today, the market is expected to make a nominal slide. And tomorrow, the market is expected to open lower and make during the late European session a quick drop, and Wednesday the market is expected to make little bit of either way moves and finally make a drop. On Thursday, you come across the BOE and the ECB are expected to make interest rate announcement and also ECB press conference. I have already given the expected market moves to FX Street for Thursday and Friday, and that will be displayed before the announcements. Anyhow, I'll give that information to you here. So on Thursday, before that of the BOE announcement, the market is expected to make a downward move on during the Japanese session, and after the BOE announcement, there could be a rise, and after the European announcement, there may not be much move. ECB rate announcement, there may not be much move, and after the ECB press conference, Euro and GBP are expected to gain the levels, and Friday for the non-farm payroll, and the payroll is expected to be positive, and it will be around the 30 to 45 and things like that. So a little more than improved from that of the previous thing. That's what I anticipate. It can go wrong also. Don't mistake me. And the market could make a very quick drop for that of non-farm payroll. There will be volatile moves during the announcement time on Friday, but after that, the market is expected to drop. And the next week, 8th, the market is expected to make a downward move as a week beginning false move. Then afterwards, the gain is expected in the market. As I explained previously in the month of August, that market is expected to gain, but you come across not much of a drop, not much of a gain. So market is trading in a very limited range currently, and the last week also. They made the drop but quickly recovered all, and they could make similar moves, but before making any big upward move, in case if they want to go above 1.45 or 1.46 in the case of Euro, they have to make a very big drop. Only then they will be able to accumulate the stops and also induce the traders to short and take it up. Otherwise, in a range, people go in for short covering and turn long, then they have to drop, and then they liquidate the long and turn short, then they rise, and that sort of moves are happening in the market. So then it will be wide range moves in the market during the second week. So as the market proceeds, we will evaluate and find out how exactly the market is expected to take the trend, because during the volatile move, I do not want to give any definite forecast, because invariably you come across volatile move, people start saying that the forecast is not happening and things like that. I want them to judge. I want the traders to judge, evaluate the market moves, and take decisions accordingly. Then, with regard to the initial lows and the high, Euro formed the low 1.4346, 1.4408 is the high, and they are not breached the low or the high. In the case of GBP again, the low and the high are not breached, 1.6390 and 1.6473, they are not breached. Market is in the middle level. CHF also 0.7874, 0.7952, they are not breached, and Yen 76.99 is the low, 78.03 is the high, not breached after forming it. Then Australian dollar 1.0987 is the low, 1.1058 is the high, and that is also not breached. And Canadian dollar 0.9508 is the low, 0.9560 is the high, that is also not breached. But it might appear the market is very subdued, but be prepared that there could be a knee-jerk reactions in the market today, because all the currencies have made spread for about 40 to 50 pips and things like that, and they have already done the wide range moves. So you will come across some traders who have taken the positions, and they will try to make whipsaw moves. So cautiously trade, that's what I can suggest during this particular week. So let me minimize the PowerPoint presentation and take up the questions. I'll focus the camera over that of the live market footprint. Robert has got a question. Should small traders wait until second week of month to start trading and can stay away from the last of the first week? Yes, that is the most appropriate thing. That's what I can suggest, because invariably you come across in the market that during the first and the last week of the month, volatility will be very, very high, and people should be in a position to withstand it using their hedging. Otherwise, it is not advisable to enter into the market and become very, very panic. That's my humble request. I have been telling it for a long time. So during the month end and the new month beginning time, people have to be very, very careful while entering into the market, and also they can do only swing trade, no thinking of position trade, because they will suddenly turn around and make very big moves, and it will give a shocking or a stunning reaction to that of the traders. But if you are accustomed to that, then that is a great trading opportunity, because the swings will be very fast. In a matter of about 30 minutes to 1 hour, you will be able to capture very big profit. So what is the forecast for USD yen? USD yen, they have made a drastic drop and showed multi-year lows and things like that, and they recovered, and there could be a possibility that they could recover their denominator currencies during this time, and they are doing now the contrary move, positive net change in euro and GBP, positive net change in USD yen and CHF, whereas the commodity pairs are showing USD weakening move. So it is a question of handling the crosses. Still, they are not breached the high or the low. So there is a possibility that suddenly they can bring in the volatility when any breakout news come out. They are waiting for it. Then Vishal, do you suggest trading in specific currencies during rate and non-farm announcement? For small traders, the best thing is focus only on euro and GBP, so that even if you are hedged, if you wait for a day or two, you will be able to book profit. Even if your position makes loss, you wait for a day or two in case we are not keeping a stop, but take very little position so that it doesn't give any margin fear. Then you will be able to see that at least by doing a small average with 100, 150 pips, you will be able to exit out of the position, either a long or a short. But in other currencies, you might come across one-sided moves, like a downward move in the case of yen and CHF. They may suddenly make upward one-sided move. Then you might get struck wrongly. So ultimately, as a trader, if you enter into the market, you should be able to seek profit and build your equity. That should be an objective. Just because it has come to all-time low, if you try to buy it, they may still show further lows, and that you would have experienced it now, how exactly they are doing it. And because when you find all-time low and during the multi-year time frame, when they show extreme moves, then people don't go in for a sell and buy trade. They only look for a buy when extreme levels are shown, and the players know very well, and they make a big drop like during the weekend and just induce them to liquidate and hold it. Any buy, you may not be able to immediately book profit. So that is a scenario, and it's very difficult to think about doing a sell and buy trade at the extreme lower levels. So instead of that, you only focus on euro and GBP. You will be able to really make good profit out of that. Then what is the forecast for CHF? Okay, before that, what is the false move? False move is nothing but a move they make it before making their intentional move. If they want to rise the market, before that they make a very quick drop and then rise it, and that is called false move. Then what is the forecast for USD CHF? It's in the multi-year level, sir. It is extremely difficult to ascertain what could be the lows, whether the low is in and things like that, because they know all the positions and the volume has come down drastically, but still they are making big moves and inducing all the currency conversion traders also to incur loss. So it is expected to gain levels, but if it loses further, don't blame me, because it is in multi-year levels. We will not be able to really ascertain. Even using the chart, we can find that there is no support and things like that. And Matthew, so this month is uptrend. Can we take long positions and hold in euro and GBP? How much do you anticipate? It all depends upon the drop. Current level, if you take a long position during the drop, you might become jittery. But instead, calmly wait, see how far they are dropping it in the market, and then subsequently enter long. When they are not cutting the low for more than 2 hours, 30 minutes, 2 hours, then you can take a long and try to keep stop entry once the position makes profit. And that way you can do it, or quickly grab the profit, and next week you can think of taking the buy positions during the week beginning false move, the drop. Don't be in a hurry. Wait for the markets to establish the trend, then you enter into the market, so that you will not really take much risk on your equity. Because in the process of earning, we should not take the greatest risk. We should take the minimal risk and try to capitalize the market and take the greatest advantage out of that. There comes your smartness. Then Rom, will GBP go past 1.65? See, now it is a month beginning, so they can make any sort of volatile move, another 25 pips above high. It's not difficult at all, and they are showing positive net change here and handling the crosses probably in order to drop Euro GBP from 87 level, and it is showing negative net change. They can make it. We cannot rule out any such, we cannot say that it is not impossible and things. Then Caesar, what is the outlook of Australian dollar and gold? Gold, they went up to 16.30, 32 like that, again dropped it, and again the first week they are expected to make volatile moves in the market and make it as a very precious metal. Then probably you could come across the exact trend in the second week, but it is expected to be more of a slide in the case of gold and silver. That is what my forecast says, and it can go wrong, sir. Please keep it in mind. Then Sajid, what is your view on GBP and Euro Yen? So as far as GBP and the Euro Yen are concerned, you come across somewhat improved move today in the case of USD Yen, about 85 pips, and they are making contrarian move. As a result, you come across gain in the case of Euro Yen and GBP Yen. So then you find about Euro Yen has gained about 1.27 or 126 pips, and GBP has earned about 156 pips. So this is the condition you come across here. But when they make the slide in the case of Euro and GBP, if they are not gaining the levels in the case of Yen and hold it, then probably you'll come across a similar impact. When GBP drops or Euro drops, you'll come across drop in the case of Euro Yen and GBP Yen. And when they rise, you'll come across the rise in the case of Euro Yen and GBP Yen. So track Euro and GBP because they are making very subdued moves in the case of Yen and not very big moves. But even though you come across 87 pips gain, still it is around the same level of 77, 78, and they may hold it here for a day or so. So the upside might be limited and you could come across certain drops there. So no more questions here, I suppose. Oh, there is one. Okay. Right now you recommend only sell and buy trade, yes, in Euro and GBP, but sell only during peak rise, 40 pips, and aim for only about 30-40 pips, or sometimes going is good, aim for about 75 to 100 pips. How about Australian dollar? Australian dollar, again, they have come to their high, and they can make any whips or moves, sir, today, because being the month beginning, and in order to induce the traders to take the calls in the options market, they could make some volatile moves for the first week. So they can just show a new high also. We cannot rule out that. Can we expect 1.50, 1.70 in GBP in this month? So it all depends upon the drop. Straight away, if they rise from here, they can gain about 200 to 300 pips and come to that earlier level. But if they make a very big drop, then the gain could be very substantial. So if they drop, probably you would have noticed it last week that they made the drop from 1.45 to 1.42 area. They were able to recover everything in one time. And 250 pips they gained straight away after making a drop for about 2-3 days. So this sort of moves are going to be seen in this week also. Be prepared and try to trade accordingly. That's what I can advise. Beyond that, it's I can give the forecast. If it goes wrong, then you people get struck. That is why I am very, very abundantly cautious and giving this particular advice. So don't mistake me. I will show the expected market move slide. So during Japanese session, swing and slide moves are expected, and a quick drop could be seen and a firm up towards close of the European session, and US session should show swing and slide move. Probably some sort of clarity might come from that of the biggest economy in the world, and probably that could give some sort of soothing in the market. But still, the players need to do the first week, the big moves, and nobody can prevent it. With regard to the initial highs and the lows, even though there are big spread between the low and the high in all the currencies, they have not breached the high or the low. So you can understand only the pending orders they have filled and we are waiting for the traders to participate in the market. So I will not be able to give the webinars for the rest of the days in this particular week. It will be announced officially. So because I got an important assignment and a task to complete, and I'll come back on Monday and continue to you the webinars. Kindly excuse me. I'll try to post it in the blog on a daily basis and try to answer some of the questions if time permits for me. You should excuse me for this, and don't think that I'm running away because I have got an important assignment to complete. Hope you appreciate it. So I take this opportunity to FX Trade and also you people who have come here to listen to my talk and looking for your profitable trade. Thank you one and all. See you on Monday.